So there seems to be more dark secrets about Mia Thornton's life that we're just finding out about. And maybe we will get more later this season. Also, it seems as if Gizelle Bryant says that she did know about Pastor Jamal Bryant's other women. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So, as you know, we recap the Real Housewives of Potomac every single week here on the channel, and there is no difference tonight. Be sure that you're there. We also have a new episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We'll be talking briefly about that as well. So stay tuned, set your reminders, all of that. So we, of course, get, if you're a Bravo insider, you've already seen a sneak peek of tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. They have a healing circle. Sidebar, Ascala always brings the fashions, always looks beautiful. But the hair in this particular episode, the way that she looked incredibly beautiful. Not sure what's going on with Candace's wig, but it's okay. It's okay. But Ascala's, just pay attention to that tonight on the episode. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. But I'm digressing. So at this healing circle, Gizelle and Wendy seem as if they put their beef to the side. Gizelle says she doesn't like the narrative that she's around breaking up families. I don't think it's a narrative, Gizelle. It's just based on your behavior. But Gizelle, at that particular point, accuses Karen of being the one breaking up marriages and talking about marriages on the show. She might be a little true with that, but Gizelle, you're not innocent. But back to the conversation between Gizelle and Wendy. Wendy in her confessional says, although it seems as if they made peace in this particular moment, it is not necessary. She doesn't believe that it's going to be long lasting. Gizelle says, you know what? She doesn't believe that Ashley's intention was malicious. She doesn't believe Ashley's intention was malicious, and her intentions weren't malicious. That remains to be seen. But in this particular moment, it seems as if the ladies have squashed their beef, at least for now. It would be interesting to see how the rest of the season will play out. Here's the thing. I kind of believe that Wendy and Gizelle can kind of get over this. Do I believe Gizelle was being messy? Probably. Do I think her intentions was to be messy or disrespectful to Wendy? I'm not sure. But Gizelle has been caught allegedly lying, because she says that she spoke to Wendy about these rumors off camera before the season started. Wendy says that never happened. It's he said, she said at this moment. Either way, bringing it up on camera, waiting to bring it up on camera doesn't make sense to me if you really were trying to be Wendy's friend, Gizelle. But let's get to the real juicy part of this clip that we got. Candace, although does not have a storyline, and I've said, if you listen to my podcast, Candace might not have a storyline, but she's been giving us so many really great confessionals. She's been giving us some really funny moments, very light-hearted, shady moments, which we expect from the Real Housewives franchise. So she asked Gizelle about the whole Pastor Jamal situation and the other woman, and how everything played out during the reunion. They're trying their hardest not to mention Monique Samuels. But we still remember part one was epic. It went downhill from part one of that reunion, but it was epic. And based on what we hear is that there was a lot more said. And Gizelle was literally, well, not literally, dragged based on the information that Monique Samuels had. But in that moment, if you recall from the reunion, Gizelle just seemed shell-shocked. Shell-shocked. So when Candace brings it up at this healing circle, Gizelle makes it seem as if, oh, I knew about this other woman. And then Candace says, so why didn't you say anything? Because Gizelle is lying. Gizelle, if that was true, you would have had no problem in that moment saying it. I don't believe anything that comes out of Gizelle's mouth at this point, because at every turn, she's caught in a lie. I don't believe she knew about Jamal and this other woman. I don't believe that the relationship with Jamal was real. Your daughters didn't believe it was real. And then when Monique put it out there, it was like, oh, so that's why it doesn't translate well on camera, because it's not real. And then I know some people believe that maybe she didn't realize it was an open relationship. Maybe. I don't believe that either. I believe Gizelle wanted to bring Jamal on because he's the easiest person to bring on the show because they have a relationship, they have kids, it's her paycheck. She feels as if we don't know what the producers are saying to her. We need you to have some interaction, some dating. We've heard producers allegedly saying that to other people on the show, like Wendy Acefo, like Robin Dixon. And whatever happened to that rumor that Robin was pregnant? She probably fed that to media takeout herself. Either way, it's going to be an interesting episode. As always, I rely so much on how you guys send me tea all the time. And this is not necessarily tea, but this is more about Mia Thornton. As you know, last week's episode, Mia Thornton and her mom had a conversation about her growing up. And we didn't even know the story of her getting burned making oatmeal for herself while her father was with another woman, probably on drugs, in the basement cheating on her mom. Her mom even talked about being suicidal, taking him back, and him getting her onto drugs. So Mia, unlike some other housewives, has really shed so many layers. Is she a flip-flopper? In life, some of y'all call me a flip-flopper. Ask me if I care. Don't. Either way, she's peeling back so many layers. And I got to see this recent video. She was doing an interview for her company, the Joint Chiropractic, and they were promoting what this can mean, this holistic, attitude and experience. She said she got into this lifestyle and this, chiropractic way of life and using it for herself after an opioid overdose. She admitted this during an interview.
All right, Mia, let's talk about how chiropractic care has been great for you.
Well, for me, I had a very traumatic childhood growing up here in the DC, Maryland area, which unfortunately led me to an opioid overdose at a very young age. I was hospitalized for weeks, and then I decided to search for a more holistic form of medicine, at which I was introduced to chiropractic care at that time. When I met my husband, I had been receiving chiropractic care for years. So when we were introduced to the joint model, it was a no-brainer for us. We soon became owners in the North Carolina and Virginia markets, and now we are the regional developers for DC and Maryland as well.
Well, that's awesome.
So I thought it was interesting because I was like, whoa, we didn't see this particular part of her storyline. I wonder if we're going to get more of that in this season from Mia, but she said it in an interview. She was very open on how she got into this business. And when she met her husband, G, she could have sworn by the life of using chiropractic techniques for holistic reasons. And they invested in the business. She talked a little bit more about the business as well. First of all, I was stunned, but it also makes sense. We have to also keep in mind that both her parents were drug addicts. So it makes sense that maybe, you just never know, because they always say that addiction is genetic. And it would make sense that maybe she would have experienced it. And she said that she experienced this opioid overdose at a very young age. It'll be interesting to see if she will talk about it on the show, or if she will talk about it in interviews. But when I saw this, I was like, wow. And then her talking about how she got into the business and then turned that into a regional business. Mia, at every turn, you're surprising me and delighting me in a lot of different ways. I'm glad to see that you're doing better, that you have overcome the demons of your past to be a successful boss lady. Guys, I want to know your thoughts on this, on the Real Housewives of Potomac, what we're going to expect for tonight's episode, and another layer of Mia Thornton. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.